right, we are rolling. What's up, y'all? It's Roy.
It's Colin.
And hey, we got a request from a friend of ours on Facebook that wanted us to talk a little bit about self-esteem. Mm-hmm. And self-esteem is one of those things that we know is situational. We know that you know there's a whole lot of different ways that self-esteem works. Like you might have high self-esteem when it comes to working on computers, and low self-esteem when it comes to doing push-ups or something. Mm-hmm. But the way this was asked of us, I think it was basically had to do more with relationships and that sort of thing. So that's kind of how we're going to address this. And Colin's got an amazing point that I really think is going to help with this. We did this video once before, and I was like, okay, we need to go back and do this point again because I think it's really good. Okay, and so let me just say that self-esteem basically is we don't want to take the personal experience out of this. We don't want to dehumanize it.
Absolutely. Because
self-esteem is definitely something that has to do with it's your judgment of yourself. It's your opinion of yourself. It's in what regards do you hold yourself. But other people do affect that. So we're not going to pretend like it doesn't, but still it's something that you should bring to the table beforehand. And something Colin's going to say here, I think, will really help that.
Yeah, basically, what did Cat Williams say?
He said, basically, your self-esteem is the esteem of yourself.
Okay.
So how can we affect it, right?
Right. It's easily affected. Mm-hmm. An oppressor is one of those things that can come in at any time. Yeah, I mean, for Roy and I, if I can speak for him because we did this video before, and he said it along with me. If you called me skinny back in the day, I'm ready to.
It's like calling a woman fat. Same thing.
It really affected me, and I don't like to be uncomfortable. Most people don't. So when people make you feel uncomfortable and you're not ready to face, being uncomfortable to get through that vulnerability, you're being controlled by this person. This person has control over you. So here's an approach that you might want to practice before you go any further. And I'm talking about after you've been afflicted, after you've been influenced by something someone else says. Somebody calls you skinny, ugly, fat, stupid, whatever affects you. Before you go any further with that reaction, go back into what you did before. All right? So this is the precursor, okay? When you wake up in the morning, you tell yourself you love yourself more than anybody else. You embody the whole falling in love with yourself, okay? And I'm not talking about being a narcissist here.
Yeah, not because you're narcissistic.
I'm not talking about being a narcissist.
Which is the other end of self-esteem.
Okay? When you're talking about hypnosis is having rapport and believing in the suggestion from the person that's giving you the suggestion. So basically what you're doing when you say negative things about yourself, you're hypnotizing yourself into thinking that you should be in this low self-esteem. So let's do the opposite. I love myself. I'm smart. I'm incredible. Whatever the case. Now it makes sense when you say, love others as you love yourself.
Bam.
Okay?
Bam.
That's the point that we touched on in the other video that we had to switch it up. Right. But love yourself more than anything else first. You put yourself on the highest point that you possibly can. Now when you turn around and say love others as you love yourself, now you have embodied something that's real. Now you're the example for them, they're the example for you, and now you can create a relationship that's actually beneficial to your life.
That's right. And and a lot of times, unfortunately, and the way it sounded like when I had this conversation about making this video with the person that requested it, it sounded like you were doing the opposite first. You were loving others first and then loving yourself. Mm-hmm. That's why I thought that was such a powerful
You don't love
point.
Me. How can I? I don't know how to love myself.
Right. And even though self-esteem is something that can be affected by other people and that sort of thing, it's still your responsibility.
It's yours.
And here's a couple of tips I think that might help you get there. Okay. First, you got to get sober and stay sober. Mm-hmm. When it comes to emotional stuff, is what I'm talking about. If you're drinking to
have fun.
Yeah, if you're drinking to have fun or something, that's
my birthday, Roy.
If you're feeling something, if you're feeling something and you're like, I need a drink, then you're not staying with the emotion. You're not learning anything. You're masking it. You're hiding it. If you feel like, oh, I'm upset, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. You're getting away from the emotion. Stay with it. Just like the video we did on Facebook where we're talking about staying with the pain when you're working out and that sort of thing. You work hard to get there. Same principle. Okay, so get sober. That's a big step. Number 2, you need to accomplish something. You need to accomplish something hard for you, something, whatever it is. Do a 5K, sign up at the gym, do something. Face some of your fears. That builds you up to let you know because you can do it. You can do it.
Absolutely.
So, but you got to do it. You can't just think I can do it. You got to go do it. And you got to feel all the trials and tribulations of doing it, of doing a 5K or a half marathon or whatever it is. Do something that would be uncomfortable for you and go whoop its ass. Okay.
Absolutely.
And last but not least, stay hyper aware of all these feelings. Stay hyper aware of them. When you feel discomfort from somebody, when somebody says something to you makes you feel uncomfortable.
That's your dojo.
That's right there. You're like, okay, I'm gonna stay with this pain. I need to stay with this and try to figure out what it is that makes me, what it is about my thinking that makes this affect me in such a way. And it's gonna be something from your past. It's gonna be something kind of daddy issue, whatever it is. And we all deal with them constantly. Every day I'm hyper aware of something that upsets me. The person at the drive-thru says something that upsets somebody or whatever it is. Doesn't matter. The person at work, I don't go through the drive-thru. I don't know why I use that example.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he does.
But that's part of the deal. Stay hyper aware of your feelings. That's what's going to that's really key to this.
On top of that, you feel empowered because you disarm your oppressor. So Roy, what do you think?
I think that's it. Good luck. If you have any other questions for us, then there'll be an email link at the bottom of this. We'd be glad to talk about whatever you need us to talk about, and hope that helps you.
Empower yourself, my friends. 15.
That's it.